Today, I would like to talk about some of the common misconceptions that people have about the LGBTQ plus community. Now, unfortunately, these misconceptions are actually quite prevalent and they often stem from stereotypes and lack of understanding or misinformation. So here are some of the most common misconceptions that you may come across and the realities. Myth number 1, bisexuals are greedy and promiscuous. The reality is that bisexuality is an orientation where individuals are attracted to more than one gender, but that does not imply promiscuity or greediness. Like any sexual orientation, individual preferences and behaviours vary wildly. Myth number 2, that trans women are predators. The reality is that this is a stereotype that's rooted deeply in transphobia. Trans women, like any other group, are not inherently predatory. Trans individuals, especially trans women, are more likely to face discrimination, harassment and violence than to be perpetrators. And that's the truth. Myth number 3, that queer individuals are all the same. I mean, this one is plainly ridiculous. The queer community is incredibly diverse. It includes people of all ethnicities, religions, ages, and socioeconomic backgrounds. Assuming that an LGBTQ plus individual shares the same experiences or characteristics as all the others is just so inaccurate. Myth number 4, it's just a phase. I mean, what can I say? The reality is that sexual orientation and gender identity are not phases that people go through. People within the queer community have really diverse experiences and their identities are valid and should be respected. It's not just for Christmas, it's for life. Myth number 5, that being queer is a choice. I mean, honestly, we should all know better about this one now, right? Scientific evidence supports the fact that sexual orientation and gender are not choices. They are complex aspects of human identity influenced by a combination of genetic, hormonal and environmental factors. These are not things that you can choose. Myth number 6, that queer relationships are less stable. The stability of any relationship is not determined by the gender or sexual orientation of the individuals involved. Queer relationships, just like heterosexual relationships, vary wildly in terms of longevity and stability. That doesn't make them any less valid. Myth number 7, that all queer people are liberal. It may surprise you to know that political beliefs actually vary amongst queer people, just like they do in any other group. There are queer individuals with a range of political affiliations and beliefs, and some of them are not liberal at all. Myth number 8, queer people are more likely to abuse substances. Now, it's true that queer people often have a higher rate of mental illness, and that's due to different abuses that they can face from society. Substance abuse rates can be influenced by a number of societal factors, discrimination and stress included. Blaming substance abuse solely on someone's sexual orientation or gender identity really oversimplifies what is a very complex issue. Myth number 9, same-sex parents are harmful to children. Again, it should be clear by now that this one is absolutely not true. There are numerous studies that have shown children raised by same-sex couples fare just as well emotionally, socially and academically as those raised by heterosexual couples. The key factor for a child's well-being is a supportive and loving family environment, regardless of the sexuality or gender of the parents. Finally, myth number 10, asexuality is a lack of sex drive or apathy. Again, this just comes from misinformation and misunderstanding. Asexuality is a valid sexual orientation where individuals experience little or no sexual attraction. This is not actually the same as lacking sex drive or being apathetic. It's simply a different way of experiencing sexuality. It's important to say that challenging and dispelling misconceptions like this is crucial for fostering understanding, respect, and inclusivity within society. Education and open dialogue play essential roles in breaking down stereotypes and promoting acceptance. And hopefully today, you've become just a little bit more accepting.